Hey, it's DTM here. This is a video from my friend Tammy. We're going to go over the Fab 4 for her today from PURADYME because she's got gut dysbiosis, constipation, and is causing some severe health problems. So Tammy, when we were talking earlier, I just wanted to reiterate this for you so that I was going to tell you about the PURADYME is first. That's going to break up the biofilms. And that is best to be taken with juice. And then with the same juice or water, if that's all you've got. But you take the PURADYME first, 5 of these, and then you drink that down in one drink. You get the enzymes in there first, and then secondarily, you take 5 of the herbal blood, and you take that with the same juice. You take these two together. You take this one first, get it down in there, just wait 30 seconds or a minute, or 2 minutes or whatever, and then you chug the herbal blood. The herbal blood is what is going to, so this breaks up the biofilms, and this is the biocide that begins to work on the Candida and the parasites, because it has, you know, many of you already know that it's got the wormwood, the black walnut, the clove, the garlic, the rhubarb, the turmeric, the pumpkin seed, the butternut bark, and fennel seed. Okay, so all those are anti-parasitic, antiviral, antifungal herbs. So those two go together. That's in the morning. Boom. So we're done with that. We'll leave that up there. And then you wait a couple hours. So then you've got the dissolution of the biofilms. You've got the breakdown of the, you know, the microorganisms that are dysbiotic. And you start working that out of there. This is the result of processed food. This is the result of an overload of antibiotics from the pharmaceuticals. So if you want to stay healthy, try to do your level best to stay the heck away from hospitals and doctors and all that crap, because they don't know anything about health. They only know about pills and surgeries and antibiotics, and the germ theory doesn't work. You got to clean out the terrain. That's what we're working on. That's the beauty of these tools, is the breakdown of all the junk where all the microorganisms are hiding and living inside those biofilms in an anaerobic state. And then you start breaking those down with the enzymes, and then you start killing off all the microorganisms, and then there's going to be some die-off and stuff, but a lot of the smells of your armpits and a lot of the yeast of the vagina and the bad breath and that type of thing is associated with all these biofilms. Okay, and then secondarily, once you've dissolved and started to destroy, now you bring in the detoxification. A dissolve, destroy, detox. I don't know what I'm going to name on that for D, but the Fab 4 here and the 4Ds or something. But anyways, this is the detox. This is the cleanse. This is what's going to help to start breaking up the constipation as well. And it's got the psyllium husk that's going to expand and scrape the walls of the gut. And it's got the Cascara sagrada, which I have a very personal relationship, as I used to harvest the bark from the trees. And then the ginseng is in here, the corn silk, and then of course the licorice root is just good for the mucilaginous properties. It also strengthens the adrenals as well. Peppermint leaf makes it taste a little bit better than the psyllium husk, and the hibiscus. Those are both those expand. And you'll see this when you use the cleanse product. You'll be like, you know, you'll see it in the toilet. You'll see that it has expanded, and it's working to gently, you know, dissolve. With the Cascara sagrada and the corn silk, you're dissolving the hardened masses of fecal matter inside your gut. And then the psyllium and the hibiscus is it's just sweeping it out of there. So it's like a system every day, a little bit cleaner, a little bit cleaner. All the while, you're doing your best to use fruits and juices and the fruit acids, particularly fruit. If you really want to clean your gut out, you're using fruit. And if it stirs you up too quickly and you don't feel well, that's a good sign. That means that you're very, very constipated inside, and that if you eat an orange or a grapefruit or some grapes or watermelon and you feel like crap, that means those fruit acids and that living water is dissolving the hardened masses of mucus. But the fruit fiber is very awesome, as well as it also has a mechanical action. And then finally, and I'll tell you about the mechanical action at the end. So this here is like the ideal situation. Tammy, do whatever you need to do. If it's just water, then that's fine. Even the stuff at the store, which I hate to even say, but we're dealing with COVID-19. We're dealing with, like, you know, food deserts, and people don't have juicers and stuff like that, or juice bars, because they're living in the middle of America, and I get it. So whatever you got to take it with. Ideally, it would be a fresh juice, but if not, you just take this with water and then eat a couple pieces of whole fruit, no matter what it is, grapes, cherries, apples, whatever. Then you take this next also with juice. Ideally, it would be green juice, salad, and then this would be the last thing. Okay, but I'm gonna say just with the cleanse, you take this, you know, 1 to 2 hours, probably 2 hours is best, 2 or 3 hours, let all this do its work, bring this in 2 or 3 hours later to just sweep all that crap out of there. And it's a daily thing, and it's one little layer after another, and we're preparing ourselves for either juice fasting, a fruit fast, or best of all, a water fast. In this particular case, I'm not going to tell you what Tammy's issues are, but you know, it's going to be working her way up to a nice, moderate water fast to finalize the whole situation. But this just helps to prepare the system so that it's not like overloaded when you go jump right into a fast. It's really good, especially for depends on how far down the road you've gotten, to take the time to prepare yourself with juices and fruits and some of these other tools, these herbs here, to prepare the gut for the fasting so that it's not so intense. It's probably good to prepare yourself for, you know, several weeks or several months really to really make a water fast go smooth. But sometimes we don't have that time, and there's an emergency and it just needs to be done. But in this case, there is a little bit of time to take some preparation and then to boom, boom. And finally, then what you have is, and this is what you were asking, Tammy, that we didn't get a chance to talk about. There's the microbiome salad or the biofilm salad. They're both the same because at the same time, you're using fresh greens, shredded beets, and beets are one of the best foods that you can feed the microorganisms, and they also have one of the best scraping actions as it moves through. Just beets are a huge part of the microbiome salad, the microbiome regeneration program, which I had to do because they held me hostage in a hospital. That's why I don't like the medical thing, because I saw it firsthand. They charged me $30,000 to almost kill me. So it's like, they almost killed me with 20 rounds of antibiotic while I was locked in this room. Okay, that's how insane things have gotten. Okay, and it's gotten worse and worse and worse. This is like medical tyranny right around the corner if we don't wake up like yesterday and tell these fools to keep your insane and stupid ideas off of my body and out of my world. Can you dig it? But I had to regenerate myself, and it took a couple years to regenerate my gut after they tried to kill me with all those antibiotics. So that finally you take the microbiome salad with the fresh greens, the shredded beets, the shredded carrots, ginger, turmeric, and green onions. Now that is one microbiome salad. Any salad is good, but I'm saying like my main thing, and then feel free to be creative or use what you've got. Everyone, I love you all so much. I just want you to figure out what the hell works for you, because not everyone has everything all the time, but I'm just saying, like, make the salad, and then you eat that in between these two. Then this has got its, and it loosened everything up and it began to scrape, and then that salad just gets it done, and boom. And then finally, right before you go to bed, you blast 10 of these babies. So it's 5 PURADYME and 5 herbal blood. Then it's 5, or if you're constipated, and in your case, Tammy, sorry to be, hopefully you don't, that's not too bad, but it's only one first name. That I would use, like in your situation, I would get a couple of these, like I said, and use 10 every time. That way you really got, because the more cleanse you use, the more it bulks up, and just the next day is like, boom, done. And then finally, then you have your salad, and then you take 10 of these right before you go to bed, and this is the restore, and I couldn't think of any D word, so this is like dissolve, destroy, detox, and I don't know, I'm gonna figure some D word out, but it's restoration. Then you bring in, after you've swept everything through and fed the microorganisms, then you go in at nighttime and you just boost the immune system with the Pura Life, which has half enzyme and half probiotic blend, and it's freaking genius. And so you can see why I love this stuff, because it's very, very practical for the world we live in that has, you know, we've got to just keep on moving forward in health, because there's a lot kind of that has been plotting against us for a very long time, more than 100 years. There's been a definitive, you know, agenda to destroy human health and to move it over into just pharmaceutical, running through the door, the revolving door of sickness and pain and suffering and sadness and surgeries and cuttings and poisons and burnings and face crap, instead of go out to the grass, rest, get a foot massage, relax, heal. All the fear and hysteria and all the like, oh my God, you know, we've got to cut you now. We got to cut this cancer out of you tomorrow. And you're like, well, wait a minute. I've had this cancer for like 7 years, dude. And all of a sudden you're on call. It's just like, we got to cut you tomorrow. Oh my God, be afraid, or it's going to kill you within the next 2 weeks. And you're like, I've had this for 7 years, dum-dum. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's gotten way the hell out of hand. Take back your power. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Tammy. God bless you all. I'll do everything I can. Peace.